Millions of older Americans now face a daily struggle with hunger and isolation, while demand for Meals on Wheels continues to outpace available resources. Joining us today is Josh Protas from Meals on Wheels America to discuss the growing need, funding challenges, and some possible solutions. Josh, welcome to the news desk. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, Jay.
Josh, when people hear senior hunger and isolation, they may not realize how widespread that problem is. How serious is that crisis in our country today?
As you say, it is a crisis and it's a growing crisis. We have millions of older adults who are waiting for nutritious meals and the moments of connection they need and deserve. And they're waiting because Meals on Wheels providers in local communities don't have enough of the federal funding to meet the growing demand. That demand has been continuing to increase because seniors are the fastest growing segment of our population in America. And the everyday costs remain high. And on top of that, vital government programs that support older Americans face cuts.
Yeah, what's driving the increase in number of seniors needing assistance?
It's really the demographic shift in this country where we have a growing senior population. So we have more seniors in general and more seniors who are facing difficult circumstances, whether that's economic hardship or they are homebound and lack the ability to go out and shop and prepare meals. So we just have more seniors in need in our communities, and we haven't invested enough in the supportive services to fully address those needs.
Are there communities, Josh, where providers are actually having to turn seniors away because funding just simply is not there for them?
Unfortunately, we are seeing that happen. The Older Americans Act nutrition program, it's the primary source of federal funding for the Meals on Wheels network. It's about a third of funding overall. And so that enables local providers to deliver those nutritious meals, conduct wellness checks, and offer those moments of connection that help seniors to remain healthy and independent in their own homes. And unfortunately, because of the chronic underfunding, Meals on Wheels providers are stretched beyond capacity and forced to make impossible choices. We have 1 in 3 Meals on Wheels providers that currently maintains a wait list, so they're turning seniors away. Seniors in need are waiting an average of 4 months for these services, and so without a significant increase in federal funding, this problem will only become worse and much more costly.
Federal funding hasn't kept pace with the growing senior population. How large is that gap today?
So current funding for the Older Americans Act nutrition program is a little over $1 billion. We've calculated how much federal funding is needed to be able to serve all low-income, food insecure older adults in
Hmm.
need who we're not reaching. And so that total amount of funding, it's about $2.285 billion. So it's more than double of current funding levels. And, you know, this investment in Meals on Wheels services and an investment, frankly, in the lives of seniors, it's not only the right thing to do for seniors, but it's smart fiscal policy and a smart use of taxpayer dollars. We can provide Meals on Wheels services to a senior for an entire year and help them to remain at home independently for about the same cost as 1 day in a hospital or 12 days in a nursing home. And so when we can keep seniors out of those institutional settings, it's less of a cost to taxpayers, and it's also less strain on those overburdened hospitals and nursing
Hmm.
homes.
If lawmakers fail to increase funding, what could the consequences be for seniors in communities across the country, Josh?
Yeah, if funding does not increase, we are going to see increased wait lists. We're going to see them more widespread in communities across the country and longer waits for seniors. And that winds up coming at profound personal cost for the seniors who need help and can't get it, and a lot of costs to us as a society and to taxpayers as we have more seniors that are going into hospitals, using emergency rooms, prematurely having nursing home placements. If we can help keep seniors to remain in place at home and live independently, to lead nourished and connected lives, it's better for all of us. And so we invite folks to join us in calling on Congress to make this increase in funding for the Older Americans Act Nutrition Program. And folks can learn more and take action at mealsonwheelsamerica.org/voices for seniors.
What are you hearing from local Meals on Wheels providers around the country, including these smaller and more rural communities?
We're hearing that they're hurting. I mean, these programs are doing everything that they can to stretch dollars as far as they can go and to serve all seniors in need, but they are just beyond capacity. And particularly in rural communities where there are long distances to be able to deliver a meal to a home, with gas prices really high now, that's causing some programs to lose volunteers because volunteers aren't able to keep paying out of pocket for the gas. So
Mm-hmm.
it's leaving seniors, particularly in rural communities, more vulnerable. Of programs that have a wait list, two-thirds of those are serving rural areas. So it's particularly an issue for rural and frontier communities.
Are you seeing more smaller communities instead of the seniors getting meals daily? Maybe they're getting it 2 to 3 times a week?
Yeah, some programs are having to make those kind of decisions when they're limited on their budget. So they may reduce the number of times that they're doing the deliveries. And of course, for homebound seniors, where this may be the only point of human connection they
Mm-hmm.
have, they're going to be a little more isolated if they don't see somebody on a daily basis.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How important is that visit from at least once a day from the Meals on Wheels supporters and volunteers?
Social isolation and loneliness have been declared an epidemic. So we know that these are huge issues, and particularly for vulnerable seniors, there can be profound consequences. We hear often from local programs that a volunteer shows up to deliver a meal. They may knock on the door and don't hear a response, and they have a way to enter the home only to find that a senior has fallen and wasn't able to get up. And were it not for
Mm-hmm.
that volunteer who are the eyes and ears on that senior, it might have been a much more tragic situation. So having that daily point of contact is so important, not only for the mental health, but just for the safety of seniors as well.
How can viewers support Meals on Wheels and help reduce senior hunger and isolation?
We'd love for viewers to join us, honor the seniors in your life by taking action and helping to support local programs. You can find out more information and join our action alert by going to mealsonwheelsamerica.org/voices for seniors.
Josh, thank you so much for this very important topic. We sure appreciate the insight on that.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.